Um, just a retcon, just a side of the chapel.
Hold on, I lost a little bit of that. I don't know if I'm the only one.
Yeah, I lost that too.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, as you said, just to retcon something, and then everything faded out.
Okay. The graves that you saw when you were approaching the chapel, there are 6 of them. All 6 are named and dated, but only 2 of them. When you dig a grave and you fill it back in with dirt, it takes a while for that dirt to settle back even with the ground. Only 2 of them look like they may contain bodies.
Okay.
The other 4 are no signs of like grave robbing and so forth, and all the dates of death are from like 7, 8 months ago.
What do you mean they don't appear to contain bodies? They're flat?
They are flat on the ground, grass is growing up. You're probably sure that
So they're symbolic.
Yes, that's the good word for them.
So they were probably never occupied. They were just
Right.
Okay.
And you can Elsa is the name on one of the tombstones, and Carrion is one of the names on the tombstone.
Those are the ones with bodies.
Those are the ones with bodies.
Elsa, and what's the other name?
Carrion.
Okay.
And that's it for the retcon. And
can we get the other names, or no? Not really. Just names.
They are just names.
Sounds good.
Lazy bastards.
It's okay. Michelle, Mary, Sue, Liza. Yay.
They were all girls? No boys killed?
I made up those 4 names. Liza's a boy.
Poor Liza.
No kidding.
He likes show tunes.
And as far as the chapel, you're not finding anything that could be considered a clue. Nor other than the green holy water. That's pretty much about the only thing of value that you do find.
I'm still gonna pay respects to the star song at her altar.
Am I missing something? How is green holy water of value? Just the fact that it's still holy?
I think it's just bad water that turned green.
Yeah, it's holy water that, algae starting to grow in it, so it's turning it green, but for all practical purposes, it is holy water.
It's druid water.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna just say a prayer at her altar, and I'll continue. I'll look around. Once you say there's nothing, though, I guess we find nothing.
We might as well try to take some of that holy water if it still looks like it's, holy. You never know when that will come in handy.
And
yeah, agreed.
Throw that in the party sheet.
All right. When we look north of this chapel, some of the land looks pretty different. What is that?
That's a good question.
I'm just curious. Is it like swampy? Does it just look like water's coming up? Land fell away?
Yes, it's kind of swampy.
I'm assuming that since Elsa is buried, they found. Oh, was the beast able to tell us? Because he found her body, right? Was he able to tell us where he found her body?
I don't know if we got that information.
He may be able to, but yeah, you'd never got it. um, although you know, he did say, I'll give you a little bit. Elsa did live in the southern edge of town.
All right. I guess we should try to find Elsa's house real quick. We'll look at these like 3 houses along the bottom, unless someone else has a different plan.
Nope, that sounds like a good start.
Down in there.
Yeah.
Out of the couple of houses, that one right there did contain some children's toys and, you know, a couple of dresses.
All right. Search around.
And
Again, I'm looking for something that might not fit that she might have been given a gift to from her friend.
yeah, you're not finding any particular clue like that. And I wonder if I can find that on the map. I'm zoomed in way too far. From where you're currently at to the southeast, you can see a tangle of willow trees along the shore of the small lake. And you can tell that many of them have been scarred by a fire.
Well, I'd like to go inspect that if nobody else is interested. I am.
All right. Just so you know, after we walk the paths where I tap the ground with my warhammer and check for bear traps, well, in this area I'm gonna have my greatsword out.
Yeah, no problem. This tangle of trees, it's a very looking odd dwelling, and you can tell that it's not like a house, but someone has used the tangle of trees and made a shelter. And from the shelter, you can see evidence of spent torches on the ground, and most everything right in through there was burnt. And would y'all like to make a perception check, please?
I wonder if this is where Leland was staying.
Darius, as you're looking around the ruins, you do find the burnt remains of a poetry
So you have a what?
book in the ashes.
Okay. I
Is it even
will.
legible still?
You can make out that it's a Taldan poetry book. Yeah, you can see bits and phrases on burnt pages, and some of the pages aren't totally burnt.
And does it look like something that would be for a child, or just, more of a?
Yeah, it's kind of a child's book.
Okay.
Nursery rhymes, that type of stuff.
I'm gonna go by the water, see if there's anything along the water that stands out.
No, you're not noticing anything particularly out of the ordinary. And let's see. And give me just a second here. Coming back from toward Elsa's house, you do hear something whispering on the wind. And it sounds like a small for help.
Can we tell where it's coming from?
It's coming from roughly that direction.
Do we have a map?
Uh, yeah.
Can
Help
Bahara
me.
use his scent ability, see if he detects any smells or anything?
Currently, he is not. But once again, you hear the small voice. Help me. Help me.
Well, I'll head over that way. And bow and arrow at the ready, of course.
Darius will go too.
I think we're going.
Ben, this is a ghost.
And let me find my story entry. And we're in C. There we go.
I'd like to take a moment to detect evil, and then I'll catch up.
What are you detecting evil on? The sound,
The direction.
the direction of the sound. And yes, you are detecting evil coming from that way.
Something foul ahead, and it's close.
And let me pull up another map for you. And as you start moving in that direction, you hear what appears to be another child's voice. Help me, help me.
From, sorry, that same direction or from somewhere else?
From roughly that same direction.
Did you pull up another map already, or?
I'm getting ready to send it to you here in a minute.
Okay, I just was curious if I didn't get it.
And let's see. Putting everybody on the map. Lonely Sword. And at this time, it's starting to get dark. First off, Villager. And the direction of the sound is that way. But and now you hear 3 or 4 voices calling, "Help me, please, help me."
Well, we all know it's a trap, right?
Pretty much.
Oh,
I think it's innocent children.
Oh, it could be ghosts of children. We don't know for sure what we're dealing with, but we have to kind of investigate. Darius is going to take his Crypt Breaker's drop so that he can, so he has dark vision.
Okay, and and you see a description of it. You see off in the distance a one. You can see a ghostly creature in the distance, and it's little more than a dark shape with two flickering pinpoints of eyes of light where its eyes should be. And it keeps saying, "Help me! Help me!"
Isn't that what Will o' the Wisps kind of looked or sounded?
Yeah, it
You
seems
did say
like
the
a.
area is kind of swampy, and they're frequently there.
But to the trees on the other side of you, yeah, you can see one of these little ghostly creatures. And a few seconds later, you see two more of them. And your detect evil radar is going ping, 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 ping.
Okay, cast magic weapon.
So if you all would like to buff and then roll for initiative.
Of course. I didn't want the 20 for my attack roll anyway.
All right, Lonely Sword. You are up first.
Uh, I'm gonna move up to here. Then activate my good lesson.
And this ghostly figure moves down a little bit. And as it's moving, it goes, "Please, help me. I'm so cold."
That can only be bad. Alright, Varys will follow after Lonely Sword.
I was gonna give him the command to defend Lonely Sword.
Okay. And you see this other one just kind of move to the south. And that one moves east a little bit.
I'm guessing I don't have line of sight if those are trees, right? There's no way you could see. No way I could see a line of sight for Broken Child 1.
No, not really.
Yeah, I don't see how I could. Could I delay an action till the end of the? See if they move into location. Nah, we'll just call it. We'll just call it the end of the turn.
Okay.
Okay, I can't remember with the lock movement. How do I finalize that it's done?
He does it. You just tell him.
All right, that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna move there. And actually, I'll double move.
I'm gonna move up here and activate total defense.
I will move up there.
Alright, my hero can move up there, and same thing as before.
All right. And you see another one. You see one of the same ones emerge from the tree. And Lonely Sword, you see one kind of float down near you.
All right, we'll move up there.
Is that all you want to do?
No, sorry, I'm working on it here. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Trying to fire an arrow at number 1 there. I said trying, right?
Anybody else worried that there's a broken child number 5 on the combat tracker?
Yeah, I was looking at those numbers.
Yeah, I was too.
All right, I'm just gonna move there.
And you are enlarged, right?
Oh yes.
You're double size, right? Yeah. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that'll do it.
Okay. I really can't charge through the. I'm still. Oh, he's large. That's right. All right, I'll move there.
And Lonely Sword, can I get you to make a perception check?
Perception?
Perception. You do manage to notice and avoid a bear trap.
Oh, I'm gonna yell, look out, guys, there's bear traps here. I was actually, as soon as
Booty
you said,
traps?
can I get you to do, I slipped over to my main tab to roll a will save. Thought there was gonna be something for getting in the melee. Ooh, resisted. Are these guys incorporeal? Was that what the thing was?
Yes, they are.
Ah, man, this is the worst thing. I'm wishing I made my Phantom Blade that I was thinking about making. It's an intelligent weapon at level 1 with Ghost Touch.
Okay. Number 5's gonna fly over, kind of float over to where Kristoff is. And it's going to reach out and try to touch you. And you feel this icy cold hand touch you. And, crap. And it does 4 points of damage to you, Kristoff, of negative energy. And as well, you feel part of your constitution draining from you. And you take 2 points of constitution drain. Not damage, but drain.
Well, it's nice knowing you.
I was waiting for the fun extra effects.
You were waiting for what?
The fun extra effects.
And Darius, you're up, sir.
There's no save for that? He just has to hit him?
Wait, yeah, there would be a save. Yeah, make a, that's what, fortitude?
I don't know. I was just hoping there was a save, because that's fucking brutal.
Sorry, which one is south of Kristoff? I'm not getting any icons on the map, so it's not coming up who it is when I mouse over them.
Broken Child 5.
Yeah, five is. Oh, resync the map.
That's okay, I can,
Kristoff, you don't. Oh, I thought he got an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, he would have reached, so yes, he does get it. And Pathfinder. And Kristoff, would you like to make a fortitude save?
I was still looking at how much damage he rolled, and I was thinking, damn, that looked nice. Well, I had a revelation when you said these guys were incorporeal that poor little Bahira won't be able to do any damage to them. Phew. We might have him just stand down. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't risk him for no reason.
Kristoff, do you want to make your fortitude save?
Sorry, what was that?
Make a fortitude save. And you only take 1 point of constitution drain.
Ha! Take that, you bastard children.
Drain, huh?
Drain, not damage, drain.
Just checking my ears.
Yeah, we had a big discussion Saturday night versus drain versus damage.
Yeah,
Looks like
drain
I'm
is
finding
brutal.
a temple after this.
And let's see, it's my go, number 3. And number 3 is going to move over toward Kristoff. And let's see, you've already had an attack of opportunity. And it's going to try and touch you as well.
That's the
And-
one bad thing about being the biggest guy in the party. Everybody's drawn to you like a moth to flame.
Absolutely. And would you like to go ahead and make another fortitude save?
Not especially.
The best thing about it is the more that they hit you, the worse your saves get because they're draining your con.
And you take one more point. I'm sorry. You take 1 point of damage on that one. And one more point of con damage.
Oh, they switched to con damage. Yes.
And let's see. Broken Child number 1 is going to try and touch Lonely Sword. And does manage to hit.
My phone rang. Did I die?
No, you just took another point of con. Well, he said damage, but
Yeah, con drain. Sorry, it's all drained during this. And Lonely Sword, you take 1 point of damage. Would you like to make your fortitude save?
Good test roll. Now the real one.
You take 1 point of con damage as well.
Yeah, 1 or 2, it's the same thing to me.
Just 1.
You know, I've probably asked this before, and I do apologize for not remembering, but count as undead?
Incorporeal, generally, yes.
Yes, they are technically undead.
Alright, and that was with the magic +1 arrow, so that should have still been able to damage, correct?
Half damage, yep.
Yeah.
Correct, yes.
These other two demon children show up. I'm skedaddling. I'm done.
All right. I'm gonna move there. And let's see what happens.
These guys apparently only take 1/3 damage, not 1/2.
Icky?
might depend on the damage type.
0. Even with the magic weapon on? Did I not have
You don't
something
have
toggled?
You
you don't
probably
have your
don't
weapon typed magic. If you look on the combat tab or the chat window, you'll see that it's just slashing. You don't have magic typed in there.
Oh, I thought having magic weapon on would do that. How do I?
It used to, but one of their updates changed it so it doesn't work properly anymore. You had to actually go into your weapon on your actions tab and change it to magic.
Oh, Winter, can you fix that?
Yeah, I'm gonna apply the Broken Child 1.
How do I do that after slashing? What comma space magic?
Just put a comma space magic. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
No caps.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I just
Yeah.
put it under properties, or do I put it under type?
What?
Give me just a second, I'll tell you.
Type.
Okay.
Where slashing is.
Got it. All right. Let me. Oh, I didn't mean to roll that damage again. Sorry, I don't know why that did that.
Ah, that's okay.
And I'm gonna 5 step away. And let me see. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna use a favor and switch out a protection from evil on myself.
And number 5's gonna reach out and touch Kristoff.
Bummer.
No kidding. And
Damn
it's
kids.
And you take 6 points of damage. And would you like to make a Constitution or a Fortitude save?
When will the hurting stop?
When you kill them, start hitting them.
And you take 2 points of Constitution damage.
Might have to make a tactical withdrawal after this round, all.
Yeah, after the many times you've been smacked by them, I imagine so.
Make a note on how much you lost on the combat tracker.
I believe I'm at 4 now.
Yeah, that's what I was counting.
And sorry, what's the other one that's next to Kristoff? I'll get it with my splash damage.
That's number 3.
Okay.
And it did make its reflex save.
Okay, so it's going to do 3 points of damage.
Okay. Can I get Bajira to make a perception check?
Certainly. Unless you can add +8 to that percent, pretty much licking herself in the ass.
Yeah, that's how I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Did you want to move her or do anything with her?
Yeah, he can come back. He can come back there by me, I guess.
And broken child number 3. Gonna try and touch Kristoff again. And Kristoff gets lucky.
And he didn't even have to stay up all night. Ba-dum-bum.
Rim shot. And that one reaches out and does manage to touch Villager.
Yeah. Awful saving throw.
And you take 3 points of damage and 2 on the Constitution.
Okay. I put it in the damage on the character sheet, but I don't know if it didn't seem to have an effect.
For con damage, you can apply it there in the damage field. For drain, you really need to subtract it from your Constitution score in order for the bonuses to apply. And Torin, would you like to make a perception check? Very good roll.
You might need to subtract 3 from that because I favored undead and point blank shot loaded already. Sorry.
That's not a problem. You still made it. And you see materializing in the bushes right there. This kind of ghostly creature.
Well, that is definitely something I have never seen before. Anybody else starting to get the feeling that the DM is frustrated that we've never run away yet? He's bound and determined that we do this time. I'm still gonna take a shot at a broken child. I think number 1 it was up there. See if we can't try and get him out of the way.
That doesn't look good at all.
Okay. And movement. And he comes up and around, and he's going to reach out and try to touch Darius. And does manage to hit. And Darius, you take 1 point of damage. And would you like to make your fortitude save?
All these bastards and their touch attacks.
And they are really good at them.
That doesn't exactly have to be good to hit 10 AC.
And Darius, you take 2 points of Constitution drain.
I'm trying to figure out where you're withdrawing to at this point, Christoph.
Yeah. The new guy kind of changes the equation. I think I can survive like one more round, so I better kill somebody.
Are you changing your hit points as we go?
I will after this. Should attack the other one.
And number 5 just vanishes into the ether.
All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna stick to trying to take this one out.
And it vanishes into the ether.
And I'm gonna take a 5-foot step.
Could you 5-foot step not in my charge way? You can actually move too. You
Sure.
only took a single attack.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm close enough to get to him still.
Oh, charge it.
Charge!
Swift action using my sacred weapon.
I only have 20 feet of movement, so I couldn't have gotten in flanking position.
Don't think it's on there. All right. Give my weapon flaming. It only did 6.
Wowza.
That's odd.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I can't see the damage breakdown, but I figured it would have, if he was like resistant to fire or something, it would have been 5 less.
Because it would be half for incorporeal.
Unless
Mhm.
the damage was taken 5 off of the fire and then halved.
Yeah, is he resistant to fire or immune to fire or whatever? That didn't hurt him.
He's got channel resistance. He's incorporeal. It's undead traits, and the weaknesses are sunlight.
No, that should have been 9 damage then.
So we'll add 3 more to him. Okay, he took
Blame
9
it on fantasy
damage.
grounds.
Yeah, you really can't bitch about the occasional bug.
Yep, fantasy grounds is great overall.
Darius will take a 5-step away.
Every now and then you gotta do one thing by hand rather than doing everything by hand. Oh no.
And no kidding.
He is going to send his flesh golem crawling up Kristoff's back to make him invisible.
Why do you gotta do it creepily?
What's the point of having a flesh familiar if you can't do it creepy things with it?
It's not even a flesh familiar, it's just a tumor. It's a tumor familiar.
Well, what do you think it's made out of? My flesh.
What do you think a bird familiar is made out of?
It's a bird, but
Flesh.
not mine.
And you're making Kristoff invisible, right? Yeah.
Correct. And Darius will chuck a bomb at the brother swarm here.
And I'll tell people back off, and it's better for one person to get drained than everyone to get drained separately, because it's one restoration to remove all drain.
Like that theory. Not sure Kristoff likes it though.
I was just wondering whether I should run, or now there's only one, if I should just let it chew on me for another round or two so nobody else gets chewed on.
Chewing on you would be better than spreading it out, because it's 300 gold per person. But I mean, if it's all in one person, it's only 300 gold.
Well, and I actually don't have to use up the potion, so we can buy one, I can use it and hand it to somebody else.
Is that Brother Swarm incorporeal too again?
Yes, he is incorporeal. And would you like to make a handle animal check on Bajira?
Sure. Hang on a minute. Not sure if I get any pluses with that or not.
Depends on what it's for.
Really, in this case, I'm going to say no, there's no pluses, and Bajira moves a whole lot further away from Brother Swarm than 5 feet. You got to roll a 25 if you want it to get within 30 feet.
Wow, so close to, right?
Okay, and let's see. Let's try Kristoff again.
He is invisible.
Got that sweet mischance.
And it did make the mischance.
Well, I tried to help you there.
It was a good effort.
Would you like to make your fortitude save?
I would like to.
Doesn't mean he's going to.
But I'm not.
And you lose another 2 points of con, bringing your total damage to 6.
Wow, are you still alive?
I have 12 Constitution, and I have 8 more hit points. So I'm at 6 con and 8 hit points. Somebody's gonna have to carry my full broken body back to town for a potion, but
It's okay. You still have my tumor sitting on your shoulder. He'll cure you next round.
And I'm done.
And Brother Swarm's gonna reach out and try and touch Lonely Sword. And does not connect.
Suck it. And just for that, 5 more guys appear.
I'm gonna very weakly swipe at them again, I guess.
Well, at least it's not strength drain. I mean, con drain just kills you. Strength drain makes you useless. See, it's doing that to his damage as well.
Yeah,
It's
are they
ignoring-
immune to acid? Because that was a pretty big reduction.
I think it seems to be ignoring elemental damage.
So it should take 2 more points.
Yeah.
13. And that was to Broken Child 3.
I should take 1 more point on that one.
No, actually, that one was correct.
Do I have to roll to confirm my crit?
It doesn't matter, they're immune, but you did roll. Just roll your damage. It did it right.
Why are they immune?
Incorporeals are immune to critical strike. It did it
That's a
automatically.
it's a real bummer when you see the 38 and then see it got reduced down to 7.
Yeah, well, that's because it knocked all the crit damage off first of all, and then it halved it.
I'm starting to like these little incorporeal guys.
I'm really getting annoyed.
That would have been like a 70 damage round if he wasn't incorporeal.
Do you want to do a move action, Christoph, or not?
Nope, I'm gonna stand there and take it.
And it's actually Villager's go.
Oh, you have to take invisible off of Kristoff.
Okay. I'm gonna 5-foot step there.
If you delay till after me, I can give you flanking. Or ready an attack for when I flank.
Okay, where the hell did your token go?
I just there.
There we go.
He shrunk.
I thought something had happened. I was like, I'll deal with it after the fact. Okay. I know Lily so likes to flank. So can I delay until he's flanking to attack?
You can just ready an action for when I flank. Same thing.
Yeah, ready in action before he flanks.
Okay.
All right. I let my other one wear off. I am going to move over to here. I'll let my sacred weapon wear off. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to try acrobatics to avoid the attack of opportunity. I have to beat his CMD, whichever one of those is higher. I think it's CMD.
Yes, you did beat it.
All right. And I will sacred weapon again, but this time I am going to give my weapon Ghost Touch. I don't think there's an actual effect for that, so you'll just have to change it when I hit him. So it'll be an extra 7. And Villager, your attack is off.
Okay.
Do you need flanking or do you have it?
I need flanking. And I am going to smite evil. Smacko!
You couldn't have gave him one more round. You had to kill him now, didn't you?
Just waiting for the right moment.
Because instead of 1d2 conjuring, this one does 1d6.
Not anymore.
And as you hit Brother Swarm, all the other little children just let's see, what do they do?
Explode for 10d6.
Don't give him any ideas.
When you hit him and he vanishes into the ether, how many kids do we have remaining? Just the one. And you can tell it goes through some sort of transformation, and instead of being a small ghost, it kind of grows into a normal sized ghost. And anything else you'd like to do, Lonely Sword?
No. That was every single action. I used a swift to move in a standard. I'm done. I mean, I could sit here and talk for a while. That's a free action.
Darius will have his tumor familiar cast Cure Light Wounds on. Yeah, Cure Light Wounds on Kristoff. And then he will toss that bomb at the other, what used to be a child ghost.
I can't believe when you killed that guy, you made the one attacking me bigger and stronger.
I was gonna say that. It's still a ghost, right?
Yes, he is still a ghost.
Now we ain't.
If you guys could please avoid sneezing on me for the next 12 hours or so, that'd be great.
And can I get everybody to make a perception check?
Oh God. No, 10 more come out.
Okay. You see 3 more, which apparently, there he is. You see 3 more of these ghost children, and they are enlarging into adult-sized creatures. And they, let's see, you finished your round. And they let out, kind of a scream. And then all 3 of them take off in a direction opposite to you. And they just kind of take off flying and disappear.
Well, that was odd.
And you are now out of combat.
Problem now, I think we found what killed the children, but now we have to find some evidence.
Perhaps the pond nearby?
And maybe a bubble to put Kristoff in until we get him back.
I want to inspect that bush where he first appeared. Now, granted, that's where I just first saw him, but it's as good a place as any to start.
I want to lay down with a big blanket.
And give me a second to close out a half a dozen windows. It's so easy to get overwhelmed with windows in Fantasy Grounds. Doesn't matter what size screen you have, it's never enough.
I was gonna say you always need like 2 or 3 monitors just to do it, and I don't have that. I just wish I did.
I switched to an ultra wide about 1.5 years ago, and it's just almost big enough to actually hold everything you need in Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I looked at getting an ultra wide, and it's like if I'm gonna spend the money, I really want a curved one, but I couldn't bring myself to spend the $300 extra for curved.
Yeah.
And where did my other map go? And Darius, you were the one that was checking out the tree where he first appeared, right?
No, that was Torian.
That was me. Sorry.
Let me get you to make another perception check, Torin, if you would. Around the base of the tree, you can see a let's call that a bush instead of a tree. And inside the bush, you can see a small concealed entrance to a cave.
Sweet.
I think we should probably send Kristoff in.
I'm willing to go down and look.
You said it was small. I won't fit. Sorry.
Reduce person.
Okay, inside the cave, you do find the skeletal remains of 4 children.
Well, that's got to be good for evidence anyway. We found the children, most likely.
And based on the cave, I'm assuming it would be, if it's kind of narrow, that the beast probably wouldn't be able to have fit in.
Correct.
Not that we really have any way of capturing that.
I was going to say, I pull out my smartphone and take a picture. God, you guys, not even a chuckle. Tough crowd.
Don't forget to hit the alt button.
I'd laugh, but it might break my lungs.
Well, is there any
Out of
other evidence?
character, does anyone have Speak with Dead?
No.
I have all spells.
I can talk to them, but they don't talk back.
I don't have it prepared, but I can always prepare it.
We could gather up the remains and take them back to the city.
Oh, we can do that for one. Yeah, no, that would be good. Because then he can have it for when we go to court tomorrow.
So we have their remains, but
Well, they should be able to say, if we have Speak with the Dead and their remains, they should be able to say that it was, that glowing ghost thing that killed them, not Leland.
can I make a heal
Correct.
check and see if I can prove through like some sort of like physical evidence that they weren't killed by the beast?
Yeah, you sure can. And, Villager, no, but Darius, yes, you find wounds, I don't know, what kind of damage does an incorporeal touch do?
Well, we
Actually,
probably
that's
at the very
great that
least,
there's
It
actually
drains
no
your life away
physical.
until you die.
yeah, no, we did. There probably isn't any physical signs on their skeleton, and that would be, this is a massive flesh golem. If he had crushed them, there should be something.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the fact that the
we have
corpses
the
are
old we
pristine are
found no
actually
signs
kind of
when we
helpful.
should've.
But yeah, you're not finding any signs of like crushed bones or anything, and these bodies are 7 to 8 months old, so there's still some skin and whatnot. And this is here at the start of day 2. Yeah, you started at 4th.
There's nothing left of that creature with multi-eyed.
No. It was truly a wraith. And let's see, with the XP from there and the XP from here. You guys want to take a few minutes and level up? You can.
Why would we want? Oh yeah, sure, absolutely.
Exactly. Subtle hints there.
So yes, let's go ahead and see, part 3.
Hey, Winter.
Yes.
I had a question for you. Obviously, it wasn't the last game session, but the time before, we were talking about putting orders in for different items or weapons or what have you, and I'd put in a order for a undead bane composite bow, longbow. Any idea on ETA on that?
Yes, it'll be ready in the morning along with Lonely Sword's cookery.
Perfect.
And guys, while you level up, I'm gonna go AFK for just a minute. And I'm back.
Hello.
That was too short. I didn't even miss you yet.
I don't know. I'm giving some thought to maybe learning the lesser restoration extract.
It's not going to help you.
Oh, does that only do damage, not drain?
Correct.
Yeah.
We could always pick up a restoration potion and then just pass it back and forth using our spell.
That's true. That's probably the better option.
Well, is there anyone in town that can cast restoration?
Yeah, but if we get the potion, we can use it indefinitely.
Well, you two can. That doesn't help me.
Let's see. Restoration.
Spellcasting was 7th.
Seventh
They had up to
level.
7th level. I think, or was it 5? I can't remember now.
Restoration?
7th.
No, the town casting level.
Oh.
Which I believe that's a level 4, so yes, you should be able to find it in town.
Alright, well, I'm going to pay someone to cast it on me.
We haven't finished.
You
We
mean when
haven't
you
gone
get back to town?
yet.
Oh, did we sleep out here in the woods?
Mm-hmm. Well, we're not sleeping. We haven't finished whatever we're doing. We haven't, officially gone back to town yet.
Oh, I thought we were done everything. We were resting for the night and leveling up.
I guess we could do that. If we're resting, then yeah, I assume that we're resting here.
Yeah, give me just a second. Let's see. House, you found the skeletons.
I think I'm gonna take a tumor familiar. That little guy's cool.
And useful.
Yeah, with the skeletons and speak with dead, you have enough to present to the court.
The only thing with the tumor familiar is you need that discovery.
Infusion? Yeah, I thought maybe I'd take
Yeah.
a familiar at this level and infusion next level.
Is there a place to get class abilities and just drag them over?
No,
Okay, never mind.
there might be. I don't know. They're talking about adding stuff to like in 5e, but I don't know if they've actually done it yet.
It is if you have the core books. If you can drag stuff out of the core rule book and the advanced players book.
I just gotta go
The
buy
ones
them.
you buy, yeah. But I mean, again, it works for paladins. It's great for paladins because they're in there. But if you're playing something that's not there, like a war priest.
I love how expensive this game gets.
I at least had some of the PDFs already, so at least they give you a discount if you already have the stuff, the PDFs from Paizo.
That was a nice added on there too, I thought. At least they're working together.
So how do you prove that you have it from Pazio?
They have you can go to the Fantasy Ground site and there's one of the links in, I think, the store page. You can basically get validation where you can upload anything you buy off Fantasy Grounds and it will give you the PDF free on the Paizo site, and you can also have Fantasy Grounds call back anything you've already purchased from Paizo, and then it will give you your discount on the Fantasy Grounds site.
Oh, cool. Well, there goes another $100 for the core rule and the advanced player's guide.
Yep. You can definitely get by it without it. You can still use the one
free
that comes
stuff.
with the system. It works fine.
So do I have my kukri then?
When we get back, yeah.
I thought he said that we were back when we asked, or when I asked.
Yeah, you found the clues that you need from this town, so you can go back to town and
Rest for the night.
rest for the night and before the trial. I'll go ahead and give you a full rest so we don't forget that. And you can go ahead and pick up your kukri and your undead bow.
Now we already paid for that, right? We paid for that in advance.
You did. I did not.
Are you sure? I don't remember. I'll be very damn honest. I don't remember.
It was, I think, you negotiated, right? You had to play half in advance, didn't you?
I have a note that Lonely Sword owes
2,000.
2,000, but I do not have anything on the bow.
Okay. I really don't think I paid anything. I really don't. I think when I was totaling up, I think the cost would be 2,000 for the +1 bonus for the Bane. Then it'd be 100 for the composite longbow, and then +200 for the +2 strength modifier. So that'd be 2,300 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Just go ahead and take it out of your inventory. And add your bow and your kukri.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to assume if my familiar is going to use my extracts on me, I need to choose one that has hands, huh? Or does it not matter?
Choose one that what?
That has hands. Like, do I need to choose a monkey so that it can actually hold a potion?
This isn't a tumor familiar?
Yeah.
It
They
is
take
a
on-
tumor familiar?
They take on the effects of a certain type of animal.
Oh, they come out and they turn into an animal and they pop out?
It just says they have all the stats of whatever animal you choose, and so I'm just wondering if that is literal. Like, do I need to choose?
Darish really should have an actual familiar built up as a character sheet because they are familiar in and of themselves, and they can be attacked with attacks of opportunity and stuff if they separate and start walking around. They have hit points; they can die.
All right.
As a general rule, if someone targets a familiar, they're probably going to die, so it's probably not worth making a separate character for them like a companion.
Well, they get half of your hit points, so unless something has the ability to kill you in 2 hits, and I mean like overkill you, because it's not just hit him to 0. He's got to go negative equal to his con.
And Tumor Familiar has regen 5.
Only when you reabsorb it into your body.
Right.
When it's out, yeah.
But I mean that's one of the parts of having it run around healing people is it's vulnerable.
Any of you guys remember where that feat was to grant your animal companion
Boon
bonus
companion.
boon? Yeah, where was that located?
What do you mean located? What book?
Well, yeah, maybe I can find it in the feats here then.
Probably just under basic PFRPG basic rules feats. I think it's core rulebook feat. Oh no, I don't see it there.
Man, I'm really tempted to go with a Protector Familiar and let it take half my damage, but then it can't use any of my extracts on me. That's a big trade-off.
Can you? Oh no, I can't share it. Do you have the D20 PFSRD feats library in your library?
Give me just a second. I am checking.
If you have that module, open it up. I think that Winter has it, so you should be able to open it.
You're looking for the D20 feats.
Yeah, well, let me open
Oh,
it,
sorry.
so I'm pretty sure you have it.
Yeah.
Do you see that, Torian?
Yep, now I see it.
And anytime you need to share something like that, if you'll drag it to the chat window Then if the GM redrags it to the chat window, it makes it shareable.
I tried to do that. It didn't let me. It says only records which you own can be shared.
Huh. So I need to clean out my modules.
And if you're looking at familiar archetypes, my favorite one is the emissary.
Emissary. I didn't look at that one. I'll look at it.
Oh, it's so good.
Ooh, that mind affecting thing is pretty nice.
What, the will saves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that makes the protector really nice with the other tumor is that it can share your damage, and then it has fast healing 5.
Can it use its protector's abilities while it's inside you?
It just says that it has to be in your square, so that's in your square.
Yeah, I don't think it actually counts as being even a creature if it's inside you, though.
I guess you can always have it out, let it get beat up, and then reabsorb it.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I've never seen tumor familiars before. Never seen an alchemist before, actually.
I've never played one before, so I'm still figuring it out. It says the tumor acts as the alchemist's familiar, whether attached or separated. I don't know. I'll have to do a little research.
Whoa, Torian, keep it in your bedroom, okay?
Sorry, it took me a half a second to catch that.
Are we still playing after we're done leveling up, or are we done?
I figure we'll do day 2 of the trial, and that would be a good place to wrap up.
Okay.
Well, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Check the box when you're ready.
For the most part, we could probably keep going. I can keep filling this stuff out as we're going.
Yeah. I'll do the same. We'll just keep working on it on.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be a lot of combat during the trial, so you probably don't need to level up for it.
I figure I got my skills updated. That's probably about the biggest thing we'd be using. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
And just an FYI, we are having some thunderstorms here, so if I mysteriously just vanish, it's probably because I lost power.
We just had our round of thunderstorms yesterday.
We've been having a streak of them here. End of last week, or most of last week, we had rain, and looks like it's going to be most of this week too. So, getting plenty of moisture.
I agree with that. I don't mind the rain, just I hate the humidity.
Amen to that.
Don't come to Nova Scotia. That's all we have is humidity.
Yeah, I used to laugh when they say it's not the heat, it's the humidity, and the older I get, the more I understand that.
Right?
Okay, let's begin the trial. At 10 a.m., the Chief Justice starts for the trial to.
We're all still suffering from the drain, huh?
I'm not. I bought freedom.
You bought freedom?
Yeah, I pay for someone to remove it.
Ah. You didn't want to run that by us?
And how much did you pay for that?
150 gold. It's the caster level times the spell level times 10.
So if y'all want to track that from your gold.
How much is that removed?
It removes all of it.
I'm looking to
Okay.
see how much a potion costs.
Can't
sorry,
get
it
a
would be-
restoration per potion. Actually, he can only get potions up to level 3, and it's a level 4 spell, right?
Right. All right.
Oh, is it level 4? Shit, I did it as level 3. You recalculate that. It's 280 to get it removed, and you ask an extra 100 because it costs 100 gold worth of dust to do it.
So how much
diamond
total?
dust. So it would be 380 gold total.
Okay.
And that is the absolute cheapest that it can get to.
Okay, well, you're all removing that. The Chief Justice calls the trial to order, and he asked the prosecution to outline the details of the alleged events, and I'm gonna skip that, and he calls the witnesses for the prosecution to describe the events that happened 7 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, Winter. If we could though, we have the bodies with us. If we could get like at least some pine boxes, so that they could be like, so they're not just like bodies of kids.
I was just gonna drag them in by the hands and just throw them in the middle of the court.
No. I'm gonna go for a little more reverence on that one.
Well, I suppose you want to.
Yes, and
And if I have to, I'll hire like pallbearers to carry them in when the time comes.
yeah, that won't be a problem. And the prosecution calls their witnesses, which are 3 sisters, and they testify. All 3 of them are in their 40s, and up until 7 months ago, they have lived their entire lives in Herstag.
Detective.
And each one remembers the deaths. They can remember the chaos and the turmoil as the village children vanished one by one. And they started returning as ghosts. And then one day the culprit was found, and it was the beast. And it boldly walked into the village with one of the young girls, a girl named Elsa. Um, all 3 witnesses recall seeing the beast laughing as it carried the child's broken body. And as soon as the locals saw it, they grabbed their pitchforks and did their best to try and catch it, but they were unable to. And the beast escaped into the swamp.
I'm willing to bet money he was crying, not laughing.
Yeah. And the poor innocents the poor innocent children that the beast killed continued to haunt the village. And before long, it just became too much for the locals, who soon abandoned the cursed village. And Villager, actually, everyone can make a sense motive check.
Sorry, my box was covered up. Or the tower.
That's okay.
I didn't update my sense motive.
Christoph, you want to be their best friend.
I think they look friendly, but I've also just recovered from a horrible illness, so maybe I'm not at my best.
Absolutely.
You did?
Torin, you can tell that during their testimony, they seem to be concealing something. Now, they're being truthful, but they're not telling the entire story. And you are the only one that got that.
Are they evil?
I'd definitely whisper to, is it Christoph? Are you the one doing most of the talking?
Villager.
Villager. Definitely will bring that to your attention. I definitely sense that.
That they're not being completely truthful? Okay.
Correct.
And no, you're not detecting any evil.
Okay.
And at this point in time, they conclude their testimony, and Vidiger, it's time for the witnesses for the defense, so you're able to cross-examine or present any evidence.
All right. Well, I asked the ladies not to go too far. Please stay there. So it is your testimony that the beast did it based on that you saw him with Elsa.
That is correct, sir.
And what happened to Karen?
The beast killed her.
And how did he do that?
How did they die?
I imagined he pummeled them, or choked the life from them, or did something.
Well, you know, we didn't exactly see him kill them.
Okay, so surely you found evidence of the bodies that had been brutally hurt by the beast.
Well, would you like to roll sense motive?
Sure.
Well, you know, all we found was Elsa and Karen's body. And you can tell that they're still trying to conceal something. They're hesitant and choosing their words carefully.
I understand that they probably would look like any of their other victims of the beast, right? Would I be able to assume that we would assume that he would have a rather particular method, a similar method, not exactly the same, but similar.
Yes.
All right, so if I could cue the person who has, who would bring the pallbearers up with the bodies.
Okay, and into the courtroom come the pallbearers with 4 coffins.
We have found the victims of the wraith that we faced in Hergstag. I imagine these may be the 3 other, well, some of the other victims. We could not find the 4th, it seems. Would you care to take a look at them and notice that their bodies are not harmed because wraiths do not break bones, do not crush skulls, do not choke the life out of people.
They look but remain silent.
See, Leland here, he's in the room, right?
Yes.
Was friends with a little girl. I'm gonna go over to Leland. I'm gonna kneel down in front of him. I'm gonna put my hand on his knee and be like, Leland, who was your friend? You had a friend, right?
Elsa.
Would you hurt Elsa?
No. Friend.
Something
Well, I
tried to
believe him.
something tried to hurt Elsa, right?
Yes.
What did you call it?
What did he call it? Bad man, ghost.
Oh. So, if any of the judges would like to at least take a look, notice the evidence that no bodily parts were broken or harmed, and let's face it, Leland here is big and strong, and would most definitely hurt a skeleton or a body, and leave definitely a physical mark or some sort of evidence, at least pertaining to the idea of a savage and brutal description given, which these did not. We
And
found these in a pond. We did not wish to disrespect the grave of Elsa and Karen, but I'm pretty sure that these women, if being honest, would attest to the fact that there was no damage to the bodies in a similar manner.
would you like to try diplomacy and or intimidate?
Diplomacy is my thing.
One of the women kind of breaks down and starts crying, and she's like, I can't lie anymore. And
I'm gonna go comfort her in that moment. Please. Don't be afraid.
she testifies that Karen died in her own bed 2 days after the beast was driven out of town. Her father heard her screaming, but by the time he reached her, she was dead, without a mark on her, and no signs of anyone breaking into the house.
It seems another victim of the wraith.
And that alone causes the court to erupt in just a little bit of turmoil, and everyone's talking and kind of shocked, and the judges have to call for order in the court, and finally things settled down somewhat. And Lonely Sword, do you want to
Kill.
would you like to try your speak with dead? Or
Oh, sure. I will cast it on him and tell Villager, you may speak now. I'll
Great.
cast it on one of the kids.
Let's get creepy.
okay, when this happens, the crowd's a little upset, and there's murmurs. They're murmuring back and forth between one another, and the other half of the crowd is anxious to see what happens. But you are now able to speak with the dead.
All right. I kneel before the bottom of the coffin and I go, we beg your forgiveness for having to call you and ask, but an innocent is at risk. So we implore you to briefly explain how you passed.
The corpse starts talking about, it was she was out playing in a field one day, and this ghost appeared before her, and it seemed kind of friendly and so forth, and then this bigger ghost appeared, and pretty much she describes the brother swarm to a T. It was a ghost, had many eyeballs and so forth, and it reached out and touched her, which killed her.
Thank you. Rest now, hopefully forever. After that, I look up and I go, absolve yourselves of shock, those who seek the blood of the innocent.
You hear a couple of voices from the crowd yell down, and they are directing at you and Lonely Sword. How dare you desecrate the body of a dead child?
As you wish to desecrate the body of the living.
And with your reply, the crowd starts growing angry. And let's see. Can I get everyone to roll a sense motive?
I really thought that was going to be initiative. I'm pretty relieved.
Lonely Sword did roll initiative. He wants to fight. He doesn't really care what their motive is. He's just going to go kill them.
They started it.
You can tell that the crowd is very upset, one, over the desecration, two, or the perceived desecration, and you recognize that they might very well decide to try and take justice in their own hands. And a little bit of turmoil erupts again in the courtroom, and the justices bring it to order. And they with this outbreak, the Chief Justice calls for recess and says that they will in the morning. But everyone in the party does have the strong feeling that mob justice might break out.
So in short, we're spending the night at the courthouse with Leland.
And talking to Gustav about the matter, he's like, maybe it'd be a good idea if you all did stay at the courthouse tonight, just in case the mob does attack, that you can protect Leland.
Anybody got a fireball already?
That should settle some things.
You only need one. They're peasants.
I mean, it's one thing for us to be enlisted as special investigators, but doesn't this town have police to defend a prisoner in the jail?
They're complicit, I believe.
Well, you might want to talk to one of the justices about it.
At the very least, we should get a commission for guarding a prisoner.
Do you want to talk to the judges?
Well, I don't want to. They'll just end up trying to kill me, but maybe somebody with a diplomacy score over 8 would.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want me to talk to?
Just, it seems like maybe we should get some kind of commission or reward if we're going to be on prisoner guard duty for the night.
What?
Well, technically, what the thing is that why are we being responsible for guarding? We want at least some sort of commission so that if we do have to defend him, we're not just killing civilians. We're, officially enforcing the orders of the court.
Yeah, their anger needs to be assuaged. Yeah, I'll be back. I'm gonna go meet the mob outside.
Well, right now there's not a mob other than everyone walking out of the courthouse, and
Yeah, I'm gonna go meet them in the back. They go down a separate stairwell, right?
yes,
Okay.
okay, and you're standing out there, and
I go, you're all rightfully angry. That was pretty horrible what happened. So, you should get to express your anger. I hold out the handle to the cat of nine tails I have and go, you should do it though on someone who understands what they're doing. I'm gonna take my armor off, get down, and go, whoever feels that they have what has happened has been unjust should punish the person who did it.
Is there a second story we can drop bombs out of if the need comes?
I hold the cat of nine tails out on my knees, bare shirt, bare chested, to whoever wants to take it.
okay, I gotta admit, I did not see that one coming.
How hard do you think it'll be to find a replacement paladin?
Right now, everyone
Swift
is.
action, lay on hands.
They are just looking at you like you're nuts.
Be angry. It was horrible to have to raise that child. Speak to its body. Speak to its spirit. I am torn. I am crushed, and you are angry. Please express it.
A couple of big brutish type guys, they're looking at you and they're just sizing you up, and one of them goes, I'm going to take you up on that offer if that monster goes free. I don't know why you're trying to help him. He is guilty.
If you'll strike one innocent, you should strike another. Take this now. Don't waste time.
And they. Why are you helping?
Because he is innocent. You want him to be guilty. You do. I understand it. It makes so much more sense than the alternative that someone has been using his name, his features to put you in fear. Absolutely. But so far already, twice we have proven he has not done this. But you will stick to your conviction that he has, so I ask you to continue. I am clearly putting my life and well-being at risk. I put it on the line right now.
If you get him set free, yeah, yes, you will be on the line. Your life.
Don't be a coward and wait till you get all your friends. Do it now. I'm standing here defenseless.
They're refraining from stepping forward.
Let's
Then know
bark
this.
like a chicken.
I
Mock
stand
them
up.
all.
You pass up your chance because you wait till all your friends will come with their anger behind you. I stand alone. That's fine. Pick up my armor, pick up the cat 9 tails, and go back in.
Okay, and the crowd just kind of starts to slowly disperse, and you can hear them talk about you and, desecrating that poor kid, and, the beast is guilty. Why is there a trial anyway? But the crowd is slowly dispersing.
I can't promise they won't come, but there'll be less of them.
You hope. And guys, that is a good stopping point for tonight.
Of course I hope, but gotta hope I did that for some shit.
And
I think that defines Paladin's hope.
Gustav, let me find it here. Says that if you haven't had any chance to investigate the what happened out at the sanctuary, the trial will be picking up in the morning, and that will be one of the top things on the agenda.
Could you remove my flanking and resist? I gotta replace it with a new one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Damn wusses.
Well, they got to get drunk first.
Hey, look, I got an angel who's into self-sacrifice. I worship,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's hard kissing 3 angels' asses.
Okay, let's see, make my notes. On day 2 of the trial. Okay. Yes, we will pick up next Monday for day 3 of the trial, which once again, the Beast is accused of an arson attack on the Asylum of Sanctuary on Carb Island. It resulted in the fiery deaths of Dr. Brada, who was Sanctuary's administrators, and all of his patients, and it blinded the doctor's assistant, Carl.
Oh, Dr. Brada was one of the buyers at Volkswagen's.
Correct.
Ah, that's why the name mattered.
All right. And guys, I'm going to leave the server on for a while, so if you need to finish leveling up, you're more than welcome to.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just picking out a spell. I
Yeah,
think that's all I have left.